Okay, so spermatogenesis takes place in what? Fast, we have to go forward fast. Spermatogenesis takes place in the seminiferous tubule. What is seminiferous tubule? These are the cord-like structures found in each testis. Okay, we have already seen actually what is the TS of the seminiferous tubule. Okay, whenever we have or we will take the transverse section of the seminiferous tubule, we will find such rounded cells in that called as what? Spermatogenesis is the process. These cells are called as germinal cells. We have seen no germinal cells. Yes, these are in between cells called as pyramid-like structure. Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells. So, spermatogenesis basically shows three different developmental phases, or we can say that mitosis as well as meiosis takes place for formation of the sperm. Whatever these germinal epithelial cells are there or male germ cells are there, they will undergo mitosis, then meiosis. Okay. After that, they will be converted into actual spermatozoa or sperm. We have already seen what are different phases of the spermatogenesis. What is that? The first phase is called as what? Yes, multiplication phase. Second, growth phase. And third one? You didn't understand anything, just forget everything. We have already seen this. Multiplication phase, maturation phase, growth phase and differentiation phase. Yes. Follicular phase is in the female, not the male. Okay. So what is the first meaning multiplication phase? Whatever the primordial germ cell are there, they will multiply by what? Mitosis. What is mitosis? Multiplication type of cell division. One cell will give 2, 2, 4, 4 to 6 like that. Okay. So whatever the germinal epithelial cells are there, they will first of all undergo mitosis. And whenever they will undergo mitosis, they will produce so many number of cells. After that, they will undergo in growth phase. After growth phase, they will show the meiotic type of cell division. In that actually what happened? The chromosome number will be divided to half. Whatever every single cell is there, that is diploid in nature. What is diploid? 2n number. That means 46 number of chromosomes. Okay. So the spermatogenesis will be start from the primordial germ cells that will be undergo or that will be converted into spermatogonia. After that will produce primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte, spermatid, then lastly spermatozoa. In this way, there are changes takes place under mitosis also as well as meiosis. And finally, each and every single germinal epithelial cell gives 4 number of spermatozoa. How many? 4. In this way, spermatogenesis is okay. Understood everyone? It out in this. Actually, spermatozoa show 3 different developmental phases. First one multiplication phase, second one maturation phase, and third one differentiation phase. In multiplication phase, they undergo mitosis, produce number of different new cells. In growth phase, actually they undergo meiosis first. Why all of you talking? In meiosis first, one cell will be divided into 2 by division of its chromosomes. Okay. In meiosis second, again the second type of division takes place. Primary spermatocytes will undergo or be converted into secondary spermatocytes. Okay. So we can easily write that germinal epithelial cells, germinal epithelial cells not working. that, ask for it will be converted into primary spermatocyte. Then that will be converted into what? Secondary spermatocyte. Then spermatid. Then lastly spermatozoa. Okay. In this way again, oogenesis takes place. Same phases are also shown by the development of the oogonia or development of the ova or egg cell in the female. Okay. So in male, the development of the sperm is called as spermatogenesis. In the female, the development of egg or ova is called as oogenesis. It also shows the different developmental phases. Also colonization phase, growth phase, and third again differentiation phase. Okay, so same pattern happening in the male as well as the female for the production of the sperm as well as the egg. Okay, what is the most important peculiarity or differentiation between the oogenesis and the spermatogenesis? We have seen already. What is that? Before birth of the female child, she is capable of producing the egg cell before having the birth. Okay, and but whatever the primary oocytes are there, they will be arrested in a particular growth phase. And when she reaches up to the puberty age, that primary oocyte will be converted into secondary oocyte, and after that the rest of developmental phases takes place. Okay. In the last lecture, we have already seen what the structure of the sperm. And after that we have seen what happens in the menstruation or what is menstrual cycle. Okay, we will have just a glance on the menstrual cycle so that we can continue with the fertilization and the pregnancy. Who will tell what happens in the menstruation? What is menstrual cycle? Fast, we have to just find out this, okay? Yes, fast, girls. What is menstruation? Yes, it is the reproductive cycle. We can say that it is a cycle of 28 days. In that, actually, the secondary oocyte will be converted into tertiary oocyte, then mature follicle and Graafian follicle. Whenever there is no or there is absence of fertilization, that mature follicle or Graafian follicle is of no use. That will be converted into corpus luteum, and along with the internal wall or along with the internal wall of the uterus, overall whatever the uterine wall is there, that will be destructed out and it will be come out from the body in the form of bleeding is called as menstruation. Okay, until and unless there is no fertilization, or suppose if at exactly 14th day ovulation takes place. Yesterday we have seen. Okay, what we have seen, what are different menstruation phases? First one is called as bleeding phase. Just ask for one pen more. Both the pens are done. What happens in the bleeding phase? 5th to 7th day. If we have to start from this one, okay? So from 1st to 7th day, if we consider, yes, bleeding phase is there. In that, whatever the mature ova or Graafian follicle, it was produced. Along with that, whatever the internal uterine wall is there, that will be destructed out and it results in the bleeding. Okay, this is the first phase of the menstruation. In the second phase, exactly at 14th day, what happens? Ovulation takes place. What is ovulation? Again, the ovary is become capable of producing the new ova for the next cycle. Okay, so 1st to 7th is the bleeding phase. What? 1st to 7th day. Rest of 13th day is called as secretory phase. Very good. Secretory phase. Okay. What happened in the secretory phase? Whatever the internal wall of the uterus was constructed, it was again reproduced, or it was again regenerate, or it was repaired with itself. Okay. So in 38 to 13th day, whatever the destruction of the internal wall of the uterus takes place, that will be covered up. So that will be reproduced. Okay. For having second time the ova in the form of fertilization. Okay. So this is called as what? Second phase of the menstruation. Third phase, ovulation. Exactly at 14th day, again the ovary is responsible for releasing of one ova or next coming cycle either, or for the fertilization in the sperm. Okay, this is the ovulation phase. And lastly, secretory phase. Okay, secretory phase is done, no? What is the last phase? Menstruation. Maturation phase. Sorry, it was maturation phase. Okay, so oogenesis takes place in both the ovaries. The process is initiated prior to birth of the female baby. We have seen all this. Okay, so in it out it is menstruation, bleeding phase, secretory phase, maturation phase. We have done with that. Okay, now don't disturb. Okay, exactly what is the structure of the Graafian follicle or complete mature ova? Whose structure is there? That is unfertilized egg or ova on page number 30. Okay, just have a glance of the structure. What is given there? See, the bluish colored diagram is given. Okay, vitelline membrane, pre-vitelline space, zona pellucida, corona radiata, terminal vesicle, and first polar body. See these zona pellucida and the corona radiata. These two are the protective covering of the egg or mature ova. Why it is so? Why there is a need to cover the ova, to protect the ova by so many layers? Can anyone tell me? Yes, can anyone tell me? Why there is a need to protect the ova with so many different coverings or protective layers? That only. Again, it should be open now. If some sperm wanted to come to just fertilize to the ova, why there is a need to having so much coverings? How many sperms will ejaculate at one time? Four. I told one germinal epithelium will give 4 spermatozoa. Okay, in seminal vesicle, in seminiferous tubule, thousands of the lobules are there, and thousands of lobules again shows thousands of the germinal epithelial cells. So see and imagine the number of the sperm. Per ejaculation, almost 300 to 400 million sperms will release. Can you imagine the number of sperms and the number of ova or egg? Egg is single. Okay, but sperms are in millions. So obviously it should be protected. Whatever the ovum is there, that ovum should have the capacity to avoid the rest of unwanted sperms in the body. That's why there is the presence of so many protective layers in the ovum. Okay, that is that zona pellucida as well as the corona radiata. Okay, so now we shall see how actually the fertilization takes place. Basically, the fertilization, we can say that it is the process of mating two gametes. This fertilization, the process of mixing of two gametes. Female gamete with the male gamete. Okay, female gamete, ova or ovum. What is male gamete? Sperm. Very good. So the fertilization is either what is internal fertilization? Whatever the female and male gametes are there that are found in the body. The mixing of gametes takes place inside the body only. That's why in female fertilization is called as, sorry, not female, in human being we can say fertilization is internal. Okay, understood the meaning of internal fertilization? The mating or the mixing of gametes takes place inside the body itself. Okay, so this is all about fertilization. Now actually we'll see what happens during the fertilization. First of all, for fertilization, ejaculation should be. What is the term? Ejaculation. What is ejaculation? Liberating out, or we can say eluting out the semen from the male body. Okay, at the time of fertilization, what happens? First of all, ejaculation takes place. Ejaculation means what? The liberation of the semen to the penis takes place in the male. Okay, and whatever that semen is there, that will be introduced, or that will be go inside the female genital tract. Then female genital tract, where actually the fertilization takes place. Okay, so whatever the sperms are there, they will be travel towards what? There is the presence of ovum or ovary. Okay, we have already seen that during menstruation, both the ovaries, means alternatively one ovary at the interval of 28 days is capable of releasing the ovum. Okay, and exactly what day? 14th day. Okay, so that ova will be wait for few days to receive the sperm. If it is not there, it will be just eluted out by converting it to corpus luteum and menstruation starts. Okay, if fertilization takes place, what will happen? That sperm, whatever sperm is there, have you seen the structure of the sperm? I have already told you to study this. Okay, basically sperm shows three different body structures. One is called as head, second is called as middle piece or body, we can say. Third one is called as tail. Head is basically showing large nucleus. Okay, so whatever the genetic information is there, that will be stored in the nucleus. Okay, and the middle piece or body is showing the mitochondria, so that it will give the energy to travel the sperm. And obviously, tail is responsible for movement of the sperm in the female genital. So whenever there is fertilization takes place, what happens? This sperm will be reaches towards the ova. Okay, this sperm will be reaches towards ova. Now again we have seen that the ova or ovum is protected by different coverings. What are two different coverings? Zona pellucida and the corona radiata. You can just go through the exact structure of the mature egg. Okay, so see here. The ovum is protected by different layers or coverings, so that suppose so many thousands of the sperm will be reaches towards the ova, but all of them are unable to get inside. Why is so? Due to the presence of zona pellucida and the corona radiata. Okay, so and one ejaculation, millions of the sperm will be eluted out, we have already seen. But all of the sperms are not having capacity to move faster in the female tract. 50% of them will unmotile, or or non-motile. Only rest 50% of them will be motile. And again, from that remaining 50%, few thousands of the sperm can reach towards this ova to fertilize or to be in the rest. That is called as capacitation. What is the word? Capacitation. Which word? Capacity of the sperm to fertilize with the ova is called as capacitation. Okay? What is capacitation? Capacity of the sperm to have or to fertilize with the ova. Okay? So whatever during per ejaculation, millions of the sperm will be liberated out, 50% of them will be inactive. And rest of 50% will be just try to reach towards the ova. Again, among that, some thousands only are able to reach towards the ova to fertilize by the capacity called as capacitation. And after again, imagine, again the ova is surrounded by thousands of the sperm. But only single sperm is useful for the ova. How many? Only single. So how again the rest of the sperm will be just emitted out or just deactivated? Can anyone tell me? How the ova will select only single sperm to fertilize? Can anyone tell me? Okay, without wasting time, let's explain. See, whatever this head structure is there of the sperm, along with the nucleus, it is having so many enzymes. From that, the most important enzyme is called as hyaluronidase. What is the enzyme name? Hyaluronidase. This is the enzyme which is found in the head of the sperm that is responsible for breaking this protective layer from the ova. Understand? Whatever the active sperm is there, that secretes the hyaluronidase enzyme. What is that enzyme? That enzyme is responsible for breaking this protective covering of the ova, so that this nucleus from the sperm head can easily penetrate or get inside the ova to fertilize with the nucleus of the what female egg. In this way, only single sperm is having capacity to fertilize with the egg to produce nucleus. Here, actually fertilization takes place. Actually, this stage is called as fertilization in the human state. Understood? When we have started from ejaculation. What is ejaculation? Liberating out millions of the sperm in the form of semen from the penis from the male body. Okay? That will be get entered inside what? Vagina of the female. And that semen along with these sperms will travel towards the women's genital tract, and the sperm are trying to reach towards the ova which is found in the female. Okay? And while traveling, while moving or reaching towards the ova, among millions of sperms, 50% get deactivated through so many processes. Okay? And rest of 50% only will be capable of fertilizing with the ova. Among that again, those who are having the capacitation, those who are having the capacity to fertilize with the ova, they are able to reach towards this wall, external protective wall of the ova. But still, again, only single sperm is having that much power to fertilize with the ova, not all. Only single sperm should have the capacity. Okay? And whenever that successful single sperm will reach towards the ova, it liberates the hyaluronidase enzyme. That enzyme is found in the head of the nucleus of the sperm. That enzyme is responsible for breaking the protective wall of the ova so that the nucleus from the head of the sperm will be entered inside the ova. Here both the gametes takes place and what fertilization completed, and that zygote will produce or that zygote will be formed called as diploid zygote. Why the word diploid is there? Diploid means with two sets of chromosomes. How it is possible? One cell from the egg and one cell from the sperm. Okay? 23 number of chromosomes and 23 number of chromosomes. In this way division takes place. Okay? Sex chromosomes are only one pair. Sex chromosome is only one pair. Okay? So half of the number of chromosomes from the female and half of the number from the male. In this way, n plus n is equal to 2n. Diploid zygote produced. And that diploid zygote nothing but a mass of cells. What is that? First of all, that diploid zygote is single cell structure that undergoes cell division to produce the embryo or the future baby or future child. It again shows so many developmental phases or stages till 9 months. How much? 9 months. That is called as gestation period or pregnancy period. Okay? What is gestation period? Period in between the diploid zygote formation till childbirth. Whatever duration is there, 9 months, it is called as gestation. Okay? So whatever the active single sperm which is having the capacity to fertilize in the ova, both the nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the ova will fertilize together, gives diploid zygote. And that zygote undergoes different developmental phases. What is that? That zygote shows developmental phases. Now we have to see how developmental phases exist. Okay? So that single diploid zygote, first of all, it will obviously it is single cell structure. That shows cleavages. Now question arises, what is cleavage? Cleavage is nothing but the division of the diploid zygote to convert it into embryo. Okay? The sequential division of the diploid zygote. Whatever the zygote is produced here, fertilization that undergoes different division cells or different divisions. Okay? So it divides the single diploid zygote into first two cells, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64. Like this, single cell divided into 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32. Like this, the proper sequential cell division takes place in diploid zygote called as cleavage. Okay? And remember, again, see how much complications are there in the developmental biology. Depending upon pattern of cleavage, there are various different types. Depending upon the species to species of organisms, there are various different types of cleavages. Some are holoblastic cleavage, some are neoplastic cleavage, and so many are there. For your study, only remember in human being, the cleavage or that whatever the division is there, that is called as neoplastic. What is that? Neoplastic cleavage. Okay? So, whatever the diploid zygote is there, that will be first of all divided into 2 cells. After first cleavage. What is first cleavage? Neoplastic. Now again, why it is so? Neoplastic cleavage gives 2 different daughter cells. How many? 2. Okay? It is vertical. Remember, it is first cleavage is always vertical. Okay? Now second cleavage. Second cleavage is also vertical but perpendicular to first one. Means first cleavage takes place, then second cleavage is perpendicular to the first one. So one cleavage gives 2 cells, second cleavage gives 4 cells. Okay. After that, the 4 cells use 8 cells. 8 cells use 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 60. Like this cell division takes place. Now again, when whatever that cells are going to produce one stage come, in that, understand till this, any doubt? Fertilization, spermatogenesis, oogenesis, ejaculation. Clear everything? Good. See, topic is so much lengthy, we have to wind up it fast because next we have to see the next topic also, main cell. Okay, gestation period again it will take half an hour, more than half an hour to explain each and everything. Okay, just pay attention here. So, first cleavage, what happened in the first cleavage? First division. Okay, this is suppose diploid zygote. It divides into two. Second cleavage. Second cleavage. This divided into 4. Means 4 cells will be produced. Okay. Now third cleavage. Third cleavage, they will shows or produce 8 cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now this will show or produce 16 cells. Like this. Okay. Now, as 16 cell stage passes, or as third or fourth cleavage takes place, then multiplication of cells means there is irregular increasing in the number of cells consistently, and one stage came or one stage will be there in that the small rounded cells will be full enough in that particular large cell. That stage is called as morula. What is that stage called? Morula. Why you are disturbing the class? This stage is called as morula. What is that? The small cells which are produced here, that are called as blastomere. Remember the term, okay? What is that small cells called? Blastomere. Okay? If you want, you can just note it down how the cleavages takes place. Okay? First of all, write from the starting fertilization. First of all, spermatogenesis, arrow, oogenesis. How to write? Spermatogenesis. Here also oogenesis. Two like this, arrow. Okay? And here write down fertilization. In between here write down ejaculation. And after fertilization, here write down cleavages. Okay? In this way, you are supposed to complete the whole sequence of the cell division or fertilization. Complete this fast first so that we can continue with the morula and blastula formation. Write down spermatogenesis, oogenesis, then make an arrow in between that, like that. Yes. Good. Make arrow like that. Cross arrow, then write down fertilization. Yes, very good. See, we made that. Like that you are supposed to write or just prepare the notes in very simple way. Okay? See, no need to prepare anything. Try to understand the concept. So many times I have told that conceptual reading or conceptual understanding is very important. Okay? Done with that? Now write down about the cleavages. Whenever you completed the fertilization know. After fertilization, what is that? Cleavage. Okay. First cleavage, second cleavage, third cleavage, and morula stage. After morula stage, we will see about the blastula and the gastrula. See, till 9 months completely, consistently, first of all, weeks before, at least about 3 months or 12 weeks we can say, consistently cell growth takes place in the diploid zygote, so that it will be converted into the embryo or child. Okay. After rest of 5 months, whatever the time period is there, that will be for development of the internal body organs along with the different systems. Okay. So we are supposed to study everything here. That's why the topic is so much lengthy. You can just have a glance on the page number 33. How the cell division or process of cleavage and formation of blastula is there. Okay. Now we will see about the. See, we have completed all these stages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we shall see after morula stage, whatever the cell structure is there called as blastula. Okay. Remember the sequence. First of all, diploid zygote, then first, second, third cleavage, then morula, then blastula. After blastula, gastrula is there. From gastrula, it will be converted into different again cells, but that gastrula or gastrulation is having so many specific characteristics. How it is and what are different changes in the gastrula, we will see later. Okay. This first attention here, whatever morula stage is there, after that, the cells start moving towards the periphery. What is that? The cells start moving in a particular direction so that internal cavity is produced. Okay? So whatever that morula is there, the internal blastomeal cells start moving and here central cavity is produced. That is called as blastocyst cavity. What it is called? Blastocyst cavity. Okay? Can anyone tell me why such cavity should be there? Why such cavity should be there? Have you studied about the different body layers? Diploblastic, triploblastic, or coelomate, pseudocoelomate. What is that? What is coelo? Yes. During 5 kingdom classification in 11th standard, you have seen that the different unicellular organisms, then they just gradually converted into multicellular. Means according to the phyla, how we are just going towards the higher phyla, these cells or the organism shows various complications in the body structure. Okay, some organisms are pseudocoelomate. Have you heard this term? Pseudocoelomate, coelom body cavity, pseudo false body cavity. Basically, the human being are what showing 3 different layers. What are 3 different layers found in our body? You don't know the basic concept only. What is ectoderm? What is endoderm? What is mesoderm? Have you heard these terms earlier? No? No one? Diploblast, have you heard these things? This 9th standard? See, while studying the 5 kingdom classifications, whatever the non-chordates are also there, and whatever the chordates are also there, the organisms are starting production or the formation of different internal body organs along with the cavity. Some are called as diploblastic. Okay, some are called as triploblastic. Diploblastic means 2 body cavities or 2 layers of the body. Triploblastic 3 layers. Okay. Basically, human beings are showing three different covering on layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. What are those? Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Whatever our body organs are there or organ system are there, that are actually divided into three different layers. Ectoderm, obviously word itself gives the meaning outer side or outer covering of the body. Means skin will be, yes, skin will be act as ectoderm. Okay. Mesoderm, internal, means in between the internal organs as well as the outer layer. Endoderm, obviously internal system of the body. How it is differentiated, what are different roles of these three germ layers, we will see later on. Just here remember or just understand the concept. For formation of such layers in future, for formation of such layers in future, the blastula stage is responsible. Okay, whatever the blastula stage is there, after that stage only the future of the fetus or child will decided. What is decided? Which type of cells will produce which organ in future. Understanding? Whatever these small cells are there, they just travel towards the periphery causing blastocyst cavity. Okay? And that blastula converted into gastrula. And gastrula is the state actually where the future of the baby is decided. Which cells will be converted into what in future? Okay? Which cells will be produced brain of that child? Which cell will produce the hand and leg of that child? Which cells will be produce the rest of body of the child? Everything is planned. Everything is pre-planned and decided in the blastula stage only. Remember. That's why there is a starting or the cavity is going to start developing in the gastrula. Okay, understand? Till this, read it out. See, try to remember the concept, try to understand the concept because topic is so much lengthy. It is having maximum weightage for the examination point of view. Okay? Development. Overall, 4 developmental stages are explained for your study. Okay? Understand till this, any doubt? Blastulation understood? Yes, any doubt? Understood now? Now most important concept, implantation. What is that? Can you imagine after fertilization, where should that blastula, gastrula be go? Where fertilization takes place in the females? The sperm enters in the what? Vagina. Very good. But actually where fertilization takes place? Near ovary, in the vagina. Where? Near ovary, not in the ovary. Okay? Obviously because the ovary liberates ova outside by the fallopian tube. You can just see the diagram of female reproductive system. Okay? You can just have a class on this. See, a pair of ovary is found on both the side of the central uterine wall or central uterus. Okay? That on each month single ovary will liberate one ova. Okay? So that ova will gradually just travel towards this fallopian tube. Whatever the in between connected tube is there from the ova towards the uterus, that fallopian tube. There actually fertilization takes place. Okay? The sperm will be get entered from the vagina, will try to reach towards the fallopian tube. And from here ovary, the ova start traveling. And here in between actually the fertilization takes place. And after fertilization, where these developmental stages, cleavages are going on, slowly that diploid zygote is going towards the uterus. And finally, after certain time period, that uterus will receive the blastula stage so that implantation takes place. Now what is the meaning of implantation? Can anyone tell me? fetus will become ready to receive the diploid zygote. Okay, so implantation is just fixing of that blastula stage in the uterine wall so that it is indirectly called as pregnancy. Okay, so attachment of the diploid zygote or attachment of this blastula in the uterine wall for breast of 9 months is called as implantation. Okay, understand? The interior wall or interior lining of the uterus is capable of receiving that developed zygote or that vascular stage of the fetus so that it will be long lasting till 9 months there only. It will be residing there only in the uterus. That is called as implantation. Okay. After implantation, the rest of developmental stages going to take place for formation of the embryo, along with embryo sac, and finally that will be converted to child or fetus, we can say. Okay. This all explains about the developmental stages after fertilization. So whatever these all phases are there that are post-fertilization events. Okay, we have seen pre-fertilization events, spermatogenesis, oogenesis, fertilization, ejaculation, and mixing of both the gametes. Post-fertilization, after mixing of gametes or after fertilization or sex takes place, the division of the diploid zygote into several different cells till what? Till embryo or till fetus formation. All these are called as post-fertilization events. In this way, overall, you are supposed to study about the developmental biology or the development of the child in the human womb. Clear this? Everything? Clear? Bring it out. So after implantation, thus we will see about the gastrulation. Okay, most important point. And after gastrulation, placenta and parturition. See, birth control methods are also there. I was just thinking to just wind up this topic. Okay, today itself we will wind up this topic. But what about the control and coordination? Should we start today itself or just tomorrow? Tomorrow. Due to your odd and even present this much time to complete the topic. At a time, if you were present to the lecture, everything would be just completed. First lecture, 2 students were there. Second lecture, 1 was absent. Or third lecture, third time I am just repeating or revising the rest of topic. That's why it took so much time. Otherwise, it would be completed in 4 lectures only. Okay? Just be regular and all of you are in closer standard. Don't take it lightly. This year only will decide your future where to go. Don't take even as all of you are state board, so state board में कुछ भी चलता है. The CET means nothing. Don't think like that either. Okay? If you wanted to go actually really to the medical side, you should be sincere for the study. Okay? So now let's see about the gastrulation. So whatever this blastula is there, that is converted into gastrula. Now next stage is that gastrula. From morula, here only I will write. Okay. From morula, it is blastula. We have seen what is blastula. Okay. These small cells are called as blastocysts or blastomere. And here this is called as blastocyst cavity. Okay. Now blastula is converted into lastly gastrula. This is most important in the developmental stage because what I have already explained that in the gastrula stage only the fate or the future of the fetus decided. Okay, which kind of cells will produce what? See, till all these stages, blastula and gastrula, that is only a mass of cell. Nothing is there. Okay, only just a multiplication of the cells is found. Now, after pre-germ layer formation in the gastrula or gastrulation, actual development of the baby or fetus started. Okay, which some cells will be travel towards the periphery, some will produce ectoderm, some will produce endoderm, some will produce mesoderm. And depending upon that, they will decide which type of cell will produce the skin of the baby, which type of cell will produce the digestive system of the baby or child, and which type of cells will produce the nervous system of the child and the blood cells and rest of everything. Okay, so that's why gastrula is so much important. And the formation of the gastrula from the blastula is called as gastrula. Remember that. From morula to blastula it is called as blastulation. Maybe short note will be asked. Okay. So from morula whatever blastula will be produced called as blastulation. And from the blastula whatever gastrula will be produced called as what? Gastrulation. Okay. Now we are supposed to study in detail about the gastrulation. Okay. Clear everything till this?